I feel it. I feel like you're. I don't know. To me personally, bro, I feel like you're damn near already there. Like you're easily in my top five. I have to say, it's Testy, Scope, Dep V, you. Who else? And probably tied between Pomage and Prime for me, to be honest.
Damn, I appreciate being on that top five list, bro. That's a demonic list.
Do you have a top five?
Top five of snipers only, right? Obviously.
Yeah, snipers only.
For sure, Sprat. I think Sprat is someone that like I genuinely
Okay.
respect, just because not just for his playstyle and his accuracy, his movement, his decision making. It's mostly because like how he analyzes and also how he just I don't know, just a very respectably humble person. And like his energy, like he's always trying for like the positivity of like of a game and especially his grind too. Like I think that's just something that low key sometimes I feel like is slept on because people just overlook it. Because sometimes I'd be seeing on my timeline like top five snipers and Sprat is not even on there. I'm like, what the fuck? Like
I feel it.
Sprat needs to be on that shit. Like if anyone. I think Sprat for sure, 100%. I want to say maybe Pomage. I think Pomage might be on that top five because Pomage has like there's something about how he makes content and how he snipes. Like there's something about it that has me relating to it, and like the way he thinks on like movement, play style, the way he analyzes is so very similar on how I'm thinking as well. Because when he analyzes like a clip, he doesn't. He always says it's not about like the kill feed or whatever. It's about like the movement and how you make the clip happen, right?
Hmm.
Like the play style. And I was like, God, I thought that was the only person, but I was like, man, like this motherfucker actually knows what he's talking about, and which is true, right? Like that's what makes the clip so interesting. Instead of just seeing like the kill feed go up to like a 5 on, like oh, there's another 5 on, oh, there's another quad feed, there's another 6 on,
Yeah.
you would rather see a 5 on that's all like quick scopes right across the map rather than a hard scope 6 on that's like all of them are just
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It just makes
Mhm.
the clip exciting. So I think Pomage is definitely could be top five. I think it's safe to say top five. Uh, my third one, it has to be competitive sniper. I think it's a tie between. Actually, I don't even know. I think he said what? HSW, Sky's HSW. He was part of Pride's team back in the day. The reason why I
Okay.
say him is because the way he called out in these competitive matches was like on point. This man was like perfectly called out, like where he wanted to, call out the enemy, what route he wanted to run. He was a marathon sniper, so he didn't have sleight of hand, so he had like a very slow ADS, but he was like fast with it. So it didn't even matter like how fast like the sleight of hand sniper was able to zoom in. He would just be able to like outplay him no matter what. So he just did what almost the impossible. I would maybe not. I want to say that, but and then on top of that, he would when he would hop into clan matches, it would almost seem like he wasn't taking it serious, but he was. And in a matter of like when you watch his playstyle, he's dancing, but like he's dancing because he's dodging bullets. So when I would watch these clan matches, I'm like, is this motherfucker like playing serious? And I was like, wait a minute, he is. Like it's because the reason why he's jumping around, he's doing this crazy movement, is because he's a marathon sniper, so he needs to be able to avoid bullets. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like this man is on another level. So I took a lot of inspiration from that, and that changed my whole entire play style and how I think about how I play, my strategy, how I want to be able to outplay the competitive snipers in the community, and I like it. It just blew my mind, and that I applied that now even to today on movement because as a sniper, if I'm facing against another sniper, the biggest weakness is movement. Even for
Hmm.
myself, like if a motherfucker's like jumping up and down, sliding around, I'm like, oh my god, it's so hard to hit. But I realize
Yeah.
it's just smarter. Like by the end of the day, that's just how you win. You gotta play the game for how it is. So him for a third, fourth. I gotta go with my boy Drew. Not the Drew you were talking about earlier, a different
Hmm.
Drew, because he had his own style. I don't. It was so different. I always favorite people that have their own style and create something of their own based off inspiration they find within themselves out of like things that are not inside of gaming, like outside of it. Like obviously you can take inspiration from gaming, like, you know, people from it, but when you just like analyze the creator or the sniper themselves, you notice that their style is inspired from someone else. If you like really deeply think about it. And my boy Drew, he was he loved EDM music, drum and bass, and he had his own style for like editing videos. But like his sniping is what blew my mind. He like back in Modern Warfare 2, everyone always used the Barrett, like every sniper. But me and Drew, on the other hand, we were competitive snipers. So when we were using the intervention, we were pinpointing kids across the map, and we had a different play style, and it attracted a lot of people because we weren't using the barrel at that time, so it wasn't oversaturated. We brought into a little bit of a new play style, kind of like similar to the 103 play style with MSR when you're playing aggressive and pinpointing kids. But with MW2, it was just different. Like we were just playing like a smart, aggressive, and passive play style, and just a different scenario. So, and he was able to adapt to any game. So even if it wasn't like Call of Duty, like other games like Fortnite, my man was like on another level. He just strategized, the way he analyzed, the way he like his confidence was just up to par. Like he was always like 2 steps ahead of me. I'm like, fuck, man. But I was like, damn, like I didn't look at it as in a jealous way. I looked at it as, my man is 2 steps ahead of me. I got to catch up. You know, it was like,
get there.
I got to be on the same level. You know, I can't be slacking with my boy if he's going to be my duo, right? So me and him were like duo back in the day in 102, especially my boy Kuza. I think Kuza is definitely, well, my boy Kuza top 5 as well. And just because the way his mindset is so good. Like me and him, our chemistry is unfucking matched. Like we don't have to say a single call out and we just know what the fuck to do. Like that's like imagine like you're playing competitive, right? You facing against 2 motherfuckers that have no mics plugged in. They're not even communicating. They're not even talking. All they tell you is the map and the game mode and start it. They're like, what the fuck? Like, are we facing against robots? Like, what's going on here? I remember some dude gassed us up like that in a 2v2 match in 1v2, and it was just fucking hilarious because they're like, these motherfuckers don't have mics. They're not even communicating, but like they're in sync. Like, if one dude's here, he's there already. How the fuck? And like if he dies, he's there. Huh? Yeah, like it was like God, what's a movie that has like a very dynamic duo? Fuck.
Oh, that movie was Mel Gibson and damn, what's it called? When he be saying like, I'm too old for this shit. You know what movie I'm talking about?
Yeah, no. There's this one movie. I think it's fuck, man. It's just so hard to think of on the spot.
Man.
But yeah, so we were just in sync and with everything, and he never took no for an answer in game. Like he always wanted to push the game's limits, even though it didn't seem possible. But he was always like pushing me, like, "Hey, let's keep going. You know, don't stop." Like, and even if I'm tired of gaming, he goes, "No, let's game for like another one." Like we would play in a 2v2 match. We would play like, let's say we drop 80 kills, right, in a 2v2 match. It's like a 30-minute game. It's the longest game ever. And goes, okay, one more game. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm tired. This man was a fucking coach, bro. This dude was a coach back in the day. And the way he analyzed was like, he's always finding a way to outplay the opponent. And this dude was from Panama, okay? So he's Central America. I'm talking like far under Mexico. So he's like, he's on a 2-bar on Canadian host, 3-bar on anyone that's the U.S. host. He's never on a 4-bar connection, like strong 20 ping. He's always like 80 ping and above. And this motherfucker was carrying me. He was going against like the top players, and he was able to compete. And I remember my friend was like annoyed of me like dick riding him, but I was like, dude, this motherfucker is being slept on right now, like so heavily. And it just amazes me because people on a strong 20 ping and they struggling, and this man is making no excuse. He's making the impossible happen. Like that shit blew my mind. That's why like I always gas him up every time anyone like mentions him, or if I bring him up. is because there was no one that I found that was like him, that was from a foreign country foreign country. He didn't speak. I mean, he speaks pretty good English. I ain't gonna cap it. I'm impressed. But English wasn't his first language. But he was able to understand and communicate with me, and we just built so good chemistry. Like it was like a man. It was like, I don't want to say a fairy tale, but it was a miracle. But yeah, him for top 5 for sure.
Okay. Here we go. I swear to God, we're wasting time. See, you give me faith that everything be fine, but I'm losing my mind. And you say smell the roses, what happens, we'll be fine. Okay, I just hate the fact that we all wait to see